We've been talking about like normal stuff for the past 8 minutes, and I feel so weird about it. I actually do have a tagline today, in case you don't.
Oh god, I don't have shit.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
And welcome back to another episode of Pickles and Vodka, the mental health podcast that acts in direct opposition to your antidepressants. I'm Christina.
And I'm Lauren.
And let me take a guess. You're still depressed as fuck.
Yes.
Cool, same.
In fact, when you asked where you at this time, I was just going to be like, so here's the deal. I am tired, just in every possible way. And that's all I can answer for that question.
Well, yeah, it's funny because I was just thinking, I don't need to ask you where you're at this week because I know where you're at. So it's only a matter of how much you want to share on the podcast.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I'm just going to leave it at tired. And also actually tired because for whatever reason, I slept for, I don't know, like an hour, hour and a half. And I woke up at 2 and I could not get back to sleep until almost 6.
Oh my God, today?
Yeah.
You should have, like, canceled or something.
Well, here's the other thing. So I do have my coworker who was supposed to be watching Taco if I was going to be out of town, and I just let her watch him anyways. So he's not here to disturb the recording for, like, the first time. I was like, well, let's take advantage of that.
I thought it was really quiet.
Yeah. And it will continue to be. But I'm going to pick him up not too soon after this.
Aww.
Or not too long. What? See, I don't know words.
Do you think that's why you woke up so early? Because you weren't used to him being gone?
No. I mean, I always wake up a million times in the middle of the night. It was just really weird that I was like, oh, okay, wake up. And then I just lay there and I'm like, weird. I'm not falling back asleep. I don't know why.
Also, what do you mean by actually tired? You said, I'm actually tired because you didn't get sleep.
Because, already, I'm just tired of life, mentally tired, all that kind of stuff. But then I was like, and also last night I only got 2 hours of sleep, so I'm physically tired too.
Oh. Well, we thank you for your service on the podcast.
Anytime. I'm here for you guys.
Yeah. We won't show up for ourselves, but we'll show up for an audience of...
Right.
I don't know how many people listen at this point.
How dare we disappoint our handful of listeners.
I feel like there's been so many episodes where we've just shown up suicidal.
That is kind of funny when you think about it. Oh dear.
You've heard of people pleasing. What about podcast pleasing?
Yes.
I'm stoned. I'll just say that.
Okay.
I don't know why, but right before this, I was listening to a podcast about Karen Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
You know who she is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's this podcast called You're Wrong About, and they did a 2-part series on her, and it was really heartbreaking. I found myself just crying on my balcony, stoned.
Aww.
When you were growing up, when you were starting to get into your eating disorder, was Ipecac still a thing?
Oh yeah, but I have emetophobia, so I am terrified of throwing up.
Oh, that's right. You said that before.
Yeah.
But what's the word?
Emetophobia? I've never heard it said out loud. But I have an intense fear, when I was young, this is when I had to go to stupid religion classes. And there was a friend who lived nearby, and both of us had to go. And so, our parents would take turns picking us up and stuff like that. And she was not feeling good. And she ended up, when we're waiting for my mom to come get us, then she did, she threw up outside. And I was so freaked out at that point and that she might in the car that I told my mom, I was just just take her home first and come get me after. I was like, I don't want to be in the car.
Oh my God. Even being in the vicinity of vomit.
Just the possibility. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I was recovered when I saw you in person that one time. I wasn't vomiting all the time. Because normally, my worst fear is that I smell like vomit.
Oh.
As a bulimic, I was trying to turn that into a joke, but it's not really funny.
It seeps out your skin like an alcoholic.
Ew! Oh, God. Now I'm thinking about that.
Sorry, guys.
I've never taken Ipecac, and from what I've heard, it's terrifying. Like, it terrifies me probably as much as Benadryl does, because Karen Carpenter, I learned, basically accidentally killed herself.
Yeah, that's how she died.
But she, like, all it took was 60 days of abusing Ipecac, and she was like destroying her heart muscle, because that's what that medication does. And that's the most heartbreaking thing of all. That, like, that's what makes me actually horrified, like, for myself.
Wasn't she actually considered to be, like, recovering at the time she died?
Well, so she went to the hospital and got intubated and gained a little weight. And so then when she got out, she allegedly said she was using Ipecac to, like, maintain her weight.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't trying to lose
which
weight.
Means...
She thought it was harm reduction.
Right. But we also know you justify a lot of things, so...
Well, yeah, it sounds crazy, but also, who are we to judge? Because we do things that are equally as crazy. Like, also, that's a poor choice of words.
That's one I've chosen not to be offended by. I'm like, I'll say crazy.
Yeah, that's another word you can use, like, in a lot of different ways. Like, damn, Taco did what? That's crazy.
He's crazy. Yeah.
Sorry, that made me think of Dog Boner, which made me think of Carolyn, whose funeral is being held today as a live stream. So that's also something that's been on my mind.
Yeah.
But before that, I was thinking about how one of the things, like, that I've realized about myself lately is how uncomfortable I am when things are going well and when I'm healthy, quote unquote, and how if I want to make any progress, I need to normalize the normal, because we have developed a whole different normal, if such a thing exists.
Yes.
You know, and so for us, this state of constantly abusing ourselves, I mean, that's a really harsh way to put it, but it's normal to us.
Yeah, but it's not wrong.
Yeah, like, we didn't bat an eye when we heard that Karen Carpenter was using Ipecac to, like, maintain her weight. Like, because of the lives we've lived, that's very normal. And so...
Yeah, it's just kind of like, oh, I can see where that thinking came from.
Yeah, but what are your thoughts on that? Like, do you think it is a matter of just, like, normalizing a different type of lifestyle for yourself, or if normal even exists?
Yeah, I don't know, because I agree with you. I've had those feelings before where it's just kind of like, it doesn't feel right when things are okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've never really come to any conclusions, I guess, for why I think that is, or how I could be okay with okay. Okay
with okay is a great episode title name.
Yes. I know. As I was saying it, I was like, I like that phrase.
But yeah. And, like, what the fuck is okay? Like, what does that even mean? And also, there's been times where things have felt normal, but when you revisit it, there was unrest, like, under the surface, you know?
True. And yeah, and also because, you know, we have talked about things being harm reduction, and not to throw any shade on that, of course. You know, both of us, I think, believe in that pretty strongly. But
yeah,
also sometimes, like, it might be harm reduction, but not much. So I feel like don't try to get comfortable there and just, like, give yourself an out. Like, well, I'm just doing harm reduction. It's just kind of like, well, you know, that's maybe where you need to be right now, but that doesn't mean later you can't think, like, maybe I need to be doing a little more.
It just depends. There's so many factors. I don't know. I feel like harm reduction in perpetuity is kind of like my fate.
I think what I was trying to say is I feel like there's a difference between, like, the actual meaning of the word, like, I am doing this, which might not be the best because otherwise I would be doing so much worse, versus I feel like then some people could latch onto it and use it as an out, like, oh, so I get to just do a little bit of things that aren't good for me, because harm reduction.
Yeah. I was just thinking of speaking of harm reduction, this episode is kind of all over the place, but I quit my job at the hotline this week.
Oh, yeah. How do you feel about that?
A little heavy.
Yeah.
Relieved. Disappointed. Because obviously it's something I cared a lot about, but like either I have too much anxiety to take calls or I'm on drugs myself. And so I can't take calls on an overdose hotline. Like,
yeah.
I was barely meeting the minimums, and they were so understanding every time I've had to step away for a few months to do treatment or whatever. They've worked with me. And so this week they officially raised the minimum calls like a significant amount for me, at least. And I was like, okay, this is a sign that I need to just bow out gracefully.
Yeah, I did see that where you said like you were barely meeting the minimum and then they like tripled it, which I was like, that's a lot.
I mean, they're really expanding. Like, they've been really busy. It's a good thing, I think, to maybe weed out people like me.
Oh.
But I weeded myself out, so it's fine. But yeah, I really love those people, and so it was sad. I feel like they put a lot of faith in me at the beginning, and like they thought I was gonna go far. I thought I was gonna go far, but turns out I can't, and that's okay.
Well, yeah, you can't foresee it.
I feel like I had this idealized version of myself that was like a hotline veteran, and like, because when you start a new like job or hobby or whatever, I don't know about you, but I invent a whole new version of myself to go along with it.
Yes. Like you definitely see like the most successful version in your head right away.
Yeah, and so when you realize that it's not for you, then it's like that person dies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I felt a lot of grief this week because of that, and because of Carolyn's funeral, and because of just Karen Carpenter. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm still getting over that now.
There's a movie about her that I've never seen that apparently we should watch, because it's on every list of eating disorder movie recommendations that I see.
Is it the Barbie one?
Barbie one?
Yeah, there's one that, like, was an independent filmmaker, and I guess it uses Barbies?
What?
And I can't remember the guy's name because I feel like he became, like, kind of famous as an indie filmmaker, like, in later years. Like, you might recognize the name. I can't think of what it is now.
Barbie, Karen Carpenter. No, I'm talking about the Karen Carpenter story, which was filmed, like, a few years after she died. It's like a reenactment.
Okay. I mean, well, this is pretty early on, too, because that's what I'm like. It's an older movie.
Directed by Todd Haynes.
Yeah.
It's banned? Oh my god. Experimental biographical tragedy film. Holy fucking shit. Sorry, we have to watch this at some point.
Awesome. Because I remember when I first heard about it, I really wanted to, but it wasn't as easy to, like, find things then.
Okay, so her official death cause is cardiac arrest.
Well, yes, but as we know, that's the official death cause for a lot of people because that means your heart stops or you're dead.
Yeah. I feel like if the true numbers were, like, revealed, it would be maybe enough to scare me straight. I don't know. Probably not.
But I know that is a frustrating thing with a lot of mental health, and particularly eating disorders that, you know, have physical manifestations that they list cause of death, as cardiac arrest. And it's kind of like, well, yeah, but the eating disorder caused your heart to give out. But they don't list that.
Yeah.
So.
Same with suicide.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I heard a statistic saying that, like, 90% or something of bulimics also have drug addiction issues or have, like, attempted suicide or...
I would believe that.
Yeah, I might also be pulling that number out of my ass.
I'd believe that. But no, I bet it is really high.
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, you're older than me. Do you feel like you still have an immortality complex where you think you're invincible? Or...
Yeah, because I feel like as I get older, it just gets strengthened. Because look, I'm still here.
Okay, that makes me feel validated, not comforted, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. You look around and you're like, what's separating me from, like, any other person with my issues? Like, if I read a case study of someone with the description of what I'm doing to myself, I wouldn't be surprised if they, like, died, you know? And realizing that, well, so why can't it happen to me? You think you're special? And I guess subconsciously I do. But But the older I get, the harder it is to ignore it. When I quit the hotline, the only reason I gave was like for my health, because it's true. My health is not the greatest right now, but I just keep ignoring it.
As do I.
Yeah, I know I'm preaching to the choir.
Oh, when you were talking about work, I was going to say, I can share with you the, oh God. No, just me trying to, like, put a sentence together. Here's a thing I did this past week. So, because everything, has just been kind of, like, extra shitty feeling, I felt like I was dropping the ball on some things I don't usually at work. And, like, that kind of gets at me because I'm just kind of, when you miss something that you feel like you wouldn't normally, then you kind of can beat yourself up. It's like, I'm usually better than this. What the hell? And I had one, like, kind of big one that luckily we were able to, like, fix really easily, but still another reason to just kind of, like, beat myself up about it. And I did think that it's just kind of like, well, I know that I'm going through, like, really hard time, a lot of stress and everything like that, so I'm sure that's not helping. And part of it, I think, was just a bid to kind of save myself, but I've talked about that we have the one office manager who has, like, a background working in a mental health clinic and everything like that, and she's always been very understanding and a good person to talk to about that, so I just asked on, I think, Wednesday, like, can we just talk in one of our offices? Like, I just need, like, 5 minutes and to have a conversation. And I just told her, I was like, hey, so last month was the 1-year anniversary of Pico's death. It's hitting me really hard. I'm having a lot of trouble with that. And things like the fact that means it's over a year since I've been able to, I don't know, go over to my partner's house because he still has that dog. And so I was just like, I know there's just, like, a lot of things really weighing on me and having trouble, concentrating and everything. And I feel like it's showing up in my work. So I just, wanted one person here to know, like, there's a reason for it. It's not just that I've gotten sloppy and lazy, hopefully it's not forever. Please don't fire me. And just, needed somebody to know this.
That's amazing that you advocated for yourself like that.
Yeah, that's why I shared, because I was like, that's kind of like a thing I did. I was just kind of like, wow, all right.
Bravo. Air horn here. And the fact that you, said why, too, is commendable, and it illustrates, like, how safe you feel at that workplace.
Yeah, like, I mean, I am definitely grateful, like, that we have that person there, because I'm sure in other work environments there wouldn't have been a person that I would feel I could talk to like that. Mm-hmm. This person, I mean, I know from experience, not going to judge me, going to understand, and is one of the higher positions, so it'd be good if she knew.
Yeah, I know it's been getting worse and worse lately for you in that area. Mm-hmm. In that area, mental health, our podcast's whole topic.
That thing that we occasionally talk about here.
That area. I don't know. I was thinking, like, what is the point of making the podcast when we're both depressed week after week and there's really nothing new to talk about? Like, what service are we providing / what are we getting from it? And I think it's still a lot. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Whenever I listen to the ones where we don't have a plan, I always end up liking them a lot.
I was going to say, I would almost argue that is the point, because we have always said, this is not like a support podcast. This is not a recovery podcast. It's just kind of come as you are. And that's how we are.
Now it sounds like an altar call. Come. Sorry, there's a worship song I'm thinking of now.
No, there's also a Nirvana song. That's what I go to.
Oh, man. I would love to think of a Nirvana song when I hear Come As You Are.
Instead of a church hymn.
An actual altar call. Altar call. That's hard to say.
It is.
What if Pickles and Vodka had an altar call and we baptized people in pickle juice?
What if we baptized pickles?
Oh my god, I was at this gift shop in Richmond yesterday, this like trendy gift boutique, looking for a gift for my mom for Mother's Day. And I saw so many pickle-related things that I wanted to buy for you. Oh, I was thinking about visiting you at some point in the next year.
Yes.
So I want to go back to like the Chicago area. My sister does too, because we grew up there for the most part.
Yeah.
And I feel like Missouri is either on the way or it's like very close.
Well, also, I would meet up with you in Chicago because, I lived there for 10 years and I really liked it. I like an excuse to go back.
Yes. Oh my God. You probably have more like cool spots than I do because I was a teenager and didn't really go into the city when I lived there.
I'm always afraid that all my favorite places have closed down when I realize like, oh, it's been 5 years, 6 years, 8 years. And I'm like, oh, are they still there?
That's how I feel about Austin.
Mm-hmm.
I realize it's been 8 years since the last time I was there, which is sad because that version of Austin just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's always disappointing to think about.
But also the version of you that lived there doesn't exist anymore.
This is true too.
It's like we were saying about killing off our ideological selves. I feel like there's also this grief that comes with like realizing that you can never go back to the person you used to be.
Yeah. And then there's the weird nostalgia, even like if you didn't like who you were then, but you kind of like romanticize it.
Well, exactly. We do so much of that. Not a shock.
Because for some reason you said that and I was immediately thinking of some like early 20s stuff. Like I was kind of putting myself there and just having kind of a good feeling as I thought about it. And I was like, wait, most of my 20s were flat out miserable.
Ugh, I don't know how I survived them, to be honest.
I feel the same.
Oh, but if we get together in person, we need to do an episode together, and we need Vicky to be there also.
Yes, our camera woman.
Yeah, no other camera woman will do. What if we had like a pickles and vodka meetup in Chicago?
That'd be great.
That would be really fun, right?
Yeah.
Do we know anyone in Chicago?
I was wondering.
Do we have listeners?
We could probably find enough people that could get to Chicago, right?
Yeah, it's literally the middle of the country.
Well, not literally.
I know, I was going to say, wait, actually, I don't know if it's literal or not. I think I really need things to look forward to.
Yeah.
I feel like you do too.
Yes.
I can't believe we're basically in summer. Like, by the time this comes out, it'll be the second week in May.
So it's the middle of May, yeah.
That's insane.
I know, I keep forgetting that it's even May.
Well, because normally I feel like, maybe we've talked about this before, maybe not, how we usually become like depressed and suicidal like in the wintertime, but it's like the opposite this time around. Like, the better the weather gets, the worse I get.
And something else that I've been talking about the last couple of weeks in therapy, because, obviously I've been talking about, like, having a hard time with everything, and she's said a couple times now, like, especially, like, the first couple, like, anniversaries of something tragic and traumatic, she's just like, I feel like it's a whole grief season. Like, you just relate it to spring. I was like, yeah, I get that.
A grief season.
So it's kind of, like, a whole, like, 3 or 4 months where the weather is about the same as it was then, and things look about the same, and it just all feels the same. It's not just, compacted to one day or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense, though.
Mm-hmm.
Time already kind of means nothing to me, but when you're grieving or caught up in the throes of addiction or whatever, it's just time just goes by so fucking fast. Or slow. Like, it's hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah, and, like, the first couple times I know that I entered treatment were in the fall, so I feel like I kind of related it to that. And now, like, the last couple times were in the spring. Like, the last time was 3 years ago, May 1st, I believe. Or was it April 1st? I think it was May 1st.
Wait, sorry, your first time?
No, the most recent time.
Okay, I was gonna say, wait a second. I'm tripping.
So now it's like, that's what I relate to spring also, is, like, getting to, just kind of, like, rock bottom and feeling horrible.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, it was the same for me with alcohol, I don't know, 8 years ago. I can't believe it's been 3 years already since you went to treatment.
I know, I've been thinking about that recently. I think that just snuck up on me. I was like, wow, okay.
There's been some things that we've gone through, like, on the podcast that I'm kind of in disbelief now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my God, we documented that on the podcast, and it's been 3 years. Like, holy shit. I can go back and listen to myself 3 years ago in crisis.
Yeah, what? Oh my God. How long have I been here then? 4 years?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn.
I have to look at for the exact time. But yeah, you've been at the University of Pickles and Vodka for 4 years, and you're graduating now.
Well, I've lived in 4 places while I've done it.
Oh my God, you're right. Sorry. I was like, wait, 4 different states? No.
But it was like, I think I was probably getting ready to move out of my one apartment into the one where you visited me when we started.
That's crazy. Yeah, and then you had the shitty apartment.
Then I had the shithole.
And then you had your condo, which you have now.
Yes.
Oh, I want to see your condo, though.
Oh, yeah, I know. As soon as I said that, I was like, yeah, you should visit me. Because now I'm in a nice place.
Yes.
Nice and safe. Unlike when you visited me at a nice place where people get shot outside the building regularly.
I don't know. It seemed like normal on the surface.
I think, well, actually, because you would have visited before.
Everything was covered in snow.
Well, yes. Yeah.
It was like December.
I had just moved in, so I guess it was, you know, kind of touch and go for like a year or a little less. And then it was like right after I had, you know, that roommate move in.
Yes, the other Christina.
Yes. Right after she moved in, there's a huge hospital that was a block and a half from where I was, and it just, without warning, just completely shut down. So then there is this huge abandoned building in this already somewhat sketch neighborhood, which it went downhill so fast after that shut down.
Damn. What does it mean that I kind of want to go look inside the abandoned hospital?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a good place to get high, said me and 20 other people.
I mean, over there, it'd probably be a good place to get murdered. So I don't know if I would.
Oh, God. What's a bad place to get murdered? Like Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah. In the ball pit.
Toys R Us? R.I.P.
Hawaii. Because don't you want to just, like, be in paradise? Instead, I got murdered.
I don't know, but then you get to spend your last days in paradise.
True.
I am so not a beach person. I think I'm realizing this about myself.
I can be. I'm not a beach person, as in, you know, some people, like, that's all, like, a vacation just means, like, I just want to sit on the beach all day. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I think what I am is I'm a water person. That's it.
Ooh.
Because
a water person.
You know, like, that is one of the reasons why I am so fervent about my love for Michigan beaches versus, you know, like an ocean, because I'm like, it's fresh water, it's clean, it's not a dirty little lake. I get to swim. That's what I want to do. I want to go out in the water. Don't care how cold it is.
Well, it's cold year round. Lucky for you. I miss Lake Michigan.
Well, no, you go when it's warm so that when you get out of the cold lake, you warm up quickly and then it doesn't feel so bad.
I would like to visit Lake Michigan again, just for old time's sake. I want to see mountains, Gandalf, mountains. Do you know that quote?
I probably kind of do.
The cool listeners will get it.
I mean, I've read the books and seen all the movies multiple times.
That's what I think every time I see a mountain. I love mountains. I want to live in the mountains someday.
Speaking of Lord of the Rings dork stuff, I saw something that made me laugh that was just like some class. Their teacher was like a big fan of all those kind of like classic fantasy series and things like that. So they had a stamp made for him that is a wizard, and it says, "You shall pass," and it puts it on their test when they
That's amazing.
I know. I was like, I love that.
But wait, does he have a "you shall not pass" to put on the ones that failed?
I guess they didn't want to be that negative. They didn't get one for each.
You gotta have one. If you have one, you have to have the other.
Right.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Also funny, I'm realizing we've been talking about like normal stuff for the past 8 minutes, and I feel so weird about it. Talk about normalizing normal.
When did we break off? We talked about my work stuff. What did that lead to? Oh, visiting.
But like, oh yeah,
That's why.
yeah.
Okay.
It's just funny because I'm so not used to just like talking about normal things, I have the compulsion to like apologize for it.
Nah. I feel like I've told you before, like, that's some of my favorite stuff in podcasts that I listen to. Like, I've listened to a lot of ones I feel like that are loosely book reviews. And usually, you know, when I see like one that I listen to a lot, like they tend to be around the hour mark. And if I see one that is like an hour and 45 minutes, I'm just kind of like, oh, I know there's going to be an awesome tangent in here that has nothing to do with what they're talking about.
Yeah, those longer episodes are kind of nice because you can like pause and come back to it. Mm-hmm. But also, sometimes it's hard. Like, you kind of have to pay attention, and I'll drift off for like 1 second and then miss a ton of stuff.
Yeah. Listening to podcasts I found are good for when I have long drives.
Yes.
Because
speaking of which,
it's only like a little bit of attention that I have to take away so that I'm driving. Because it's usually just like a straight way, especially from here. It's such a boring drive.
Just flat.
Yeah.
Man. Are you like listening to a podcast these days, like actively?
Not really, but I did like the past couple nights when I just don't know what to do to fill my time and like nothing sounds fun or interesting. Then I went back to start from the beginning because I don't think I listened to every episode my first time through. There is a girl who reviews all of the Sweet Valley Twin books. And I read them as a kid. Those. Yes.
Oh my god.
And I remember, like, I listened to some later ones when I discovered it, and I was like, I think she has some pretty good guests on eventually. I know she gets people that, you know, have no experience with them sometimes to read them. Like, once she had her dad, and it made him read a Sweet Valley Twin book.
Have you read Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay?
I have not.
It's an essay collection. It's really good.
Yeah, it's definitely like one on my list. Like, I need to get to that at some point.
I most recently read it in the psych ward. But one of the essays, she talks extensively about the Sweet Valley Twin books and how much she loved them, even though she was like the opposite of the person like they idealize in that book.
Oh my gosh, I could be just like totally making this up. But when you said that, I was like, I swear, because again, like I just started from episode 1 on this podcast. So I've only listened to like 3 episodes. And I swear that's what she said on one of the first couple episodes, like why she started the podcast, because she was like, I just read that and it reminded me of how much I love these books. And I think she said she used to blog about them when she was younger. And was
oh my god.
Like, but I swear, yeah, that she said it was that essay.
What's the name of the podcast? Maybe we can send them a couple of listeners.
Sweet Valley Diaries, I believe.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'll be checking it out.
Okay.
I've been listening to this one called Diabolical Lies. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just like 2 brilliant women talking about like radical shit for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always learn a lot. When I think the podcast I listen to in my free time, I try to like learn something. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I feel like that's the only way I justify it to myself is like, I can listen to this because I'm actually being productive.
I know a lot of people feel that way. I do not. And I think we've talked about this before where I've said, like, I've realized it's very rare I listen to, like, any sort of informational podcast. Because, I don't know, I don't seem to... Something about the podcast format, maybe? I don't seem to have the attention span to concentrate that much. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's like I did try to listen to some about things I was interested in, feeling the same way. Like, maybe... if I'm listening all the time, I should actually try and learn a thing. But then I just felt like I was rewinding all the time.
Yeah, same. I'll be like really high and depressed at like 1 a.m. and I'll start an episode of something. And then in the morning, I'll open my podcast app and see that I'm halfway through this really dark, twisted episode. And I'm like, what the fuck was I listening to? Like, why did I start this? That's kind of like the Karen Carpenter. I was like, what made me start this last night?
Sometimes you just go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, also, I'll have you know that we are no longer listed under health and fitness on the iTunes, whatever, Apple Podcasts,
so
iPodcast, I don't know.
So whoever does those, like, actually listen to an episode and is like, whoa, get this off there.
Yeah, someone thinks we're an informational podcast. I don't think anyone's ever learning anything listening to us.
They were like, well, based on the title, that's what we thought it was. You know, pickles, vodka. That's a good diet, right?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I'm about to go drive back home with my sister after this to say Happy Mother's Day and see people, I guess. It'll just be a day trip. We're not spending the night or anything.
Okay. I wondered if you were, as I realized it was this weekend, I wondered if you were planning to do anything.
Yeah, I haven't gone back in a while, but if it works out, I can get a ride with my sister. That's great.
Yeah.
I am slightly nervous because usually I like to drive myself, so I have like an escape plan if needed.
Yeah.
That just applies to any social situation. Like, I hate
Same.
when people, yeah, because you never want to be the person that's like, can we leave?
Man, that was another good thing about living in Chicago is I was just like taking public transit everywhere.
Yes!
So you don't have to wait for everyone. It's just kind of like, yeah, well, I know that, you know, the trains are going to start running more spaced out if I don't leave now. It's going to take forever to get one. So yeah, I gotta go.
Oh, such a great excuse. Yeah. I don't know.
But yes, I understand the not having control of when you leave.
Mm-hmm. But hopefully it'll be fine. What are you doing the rest of the weekend?
We'll see if maybe I can catch another hour of sleep or so before I go and pick up Taco.
Oh yeah, I forget that you're running on an hour and a half of sleep this whole time.
Yes.
All right, well, I'll let you go to napping.
Okay.
And listener, take a nap this week.
Yeah.
You need it.
Yeah. We're all tired.
That's right. And maybe we'll be back. Maybe we'll be back next week.
Maybe.
Bye for now.
Bye.
If you like what you heard, tell a friend about the podcast. You can send them to picklesandvodka.substack.com, where they can listen to our entire catalog and find our newest merch. We love hearing from our listeners, so leave us a voice message at speakpipe.com/picklesandvodka. My personal Instagram is at xtinajumper, and Lauren's is at Lauren3_AFH. We'll see you next week.